Have you ever lost your progress in your game? I'm sure yes. I'm sure this happened to you, and we want to avoid this happening to our users, the users of our game. So what we are going to do today is see how we can save the data using the PlayerPrefs option of Unity so that this doesn't happen to your users that are playing the game. So let's go to Unity and see how to do this. So let's go to Unity, and we will base on the last video a scenario that we prepared where we created a counter for our score in the game. Basically, we included this button that when we click it, the score is increasing. But what happens is that every time we play again in a new session of the user, the counter is reset to 0. We are not saving the progress. So we are going to learn how to do this using the PlayerPrefs. That is one of the features that Unity has. So you can store some values internally in the internal memory where the game is installed, and you can recover them for your game. Let's go to the script that is managing this scene. Let's stop the simulation, go to the script, and let's see what we implemented in the last video. So basically we have on the one side an integer variable, this counter, is going to be increasing when we click that button. And on the other side, we have the counter text variable that is the one showing in the screen the value of this counter. Why this reset is happening? Because every time we start the game, we are initializing to 0 this counter, and we are not able to recover a previous count. So what we are going to do is recover the counter score in case it exists. And for that, we are going to use, as we have already said, the PlayerPrefs. How we can do this? So at the beginning, in the start method, we will initialize the counter to 0, but later we will try to recover the counter if we have already saved it. Else, we will continue with the 0. That's okay. So for that, what we will do is, first of all, check if the PlayerPref we want already exists or not. For that, we will basically do a if conditional, and we are going to check in PlayerPrefs if the key exists. The key is whatever you want, so you can call your PlayerPrefs as you want. For example, in this one, we can call it score as an example. So in this part of the code, what we are going to do is check if this key doesn't exist. So we have not stored a PlayerPrefs with the name score. This means it doesn't exist. Then we will create it. For that, we will use the method setInt, because in this case we are saving an integer. You can see you can save other kind of values, but in our scenario, we don't want to save a float, we don't want to save a string, we want to save an integer. This integer associated to the score PlayerPrefs will be initialized with a 0. Okay? So basically just checking again this method, we are going to check a PlayerPrefs named score doesn't exist. This is why the exclamation mark. Okay, then let's create it and we will initialize it to 0. This means that we are just starting, is the first time we play the game. Else, this score will exist because we initialize it in here, and we will recover the value that it has. Okay, great. So what we will do is first of all, check if this score PlayerPrefs exists or not. If it doesn't exist, we will initialize it to 0. If it exists, we will recover the corresponding count. So what we're going to do is update the counter, recovering from the PlayerPrefs the integer associated to a score PlayerPrefs. Okay, we can do it anyways. In any case, for example, imagine it's the first time the player is playing the game, initialized the integer to 0. This key doesn't exist, so I will create a PlayerPref with the name score and value 0. Then I will recover it. What I will get from the score PlayerPrefs is 0, so perfect. Another scenario, the user has already played the game, so we will initialize the counter integer to 0. Here, it will not match, so it will not go inside because the key already exists, score PlayerPrefs. So later in the counter, we will recover from this PlayerPrefs score the corresponding value, and we will assign it to the integer. It will not be 0, will be whatever we have recovered in the PlayerPrefs score 1. Perfect. So we will do this in the start. Okay, we will create the key, save the value, recover it, and for sure we need to show it in the screen. Else, it will keep in there, but we will not see it in the screen. And for that, what we are going to show is just the counter, but converting it to a string, like this. Okay, this is what we need in the initialization step. But during the game, as you know, in this case it's very simple. When we click a button, it's going to run this method, increase counter. This is increasing the counter, and this showing it in the screen. What we need to do is every time the counter increases, we need to update the PlayerPrefs score 1 with the new value, okay, of the counter. Else, we will not save those changes. So every time we increase the counter by 1, what we will also do is call to the PlayerPrefs, and we are going to set this score again to the new value of the counter. So the counter will be increased by 1, and we will update the PlayerPref named score with the new value of this counter increasing by 1. Let's save and let's check this live in the simulation of the game. Let's see that this in fact is working fine. Something very useful that you can use when you are testing is if you go here to edit, at the bottom you will see clear all PlayerPrefs. So in case you have done changes, you have tested, and you want to simulate you're starting from 0 a game with no PlayerPrefs set up, you can click here, you will clear them, and now we are in the same situation as a new player. We have never played this game right now because all the PlayerPrefs have been removed, so we will not recover anything. Let's click play. Initially, what should happen is this, the counter is set to 0. We can increase it. We can, for example, click 5 times. Now the score is 5. And what was happening before is that it was being reset in any new session of the game. So we will stop the game. We have closed the game now. And we will start it again. Now what should happen is this, exactly. So we are recovering from the PlayerPrefs, we are recovering the value that has been saved every time we increase the counter. So here in a moment, the number 5 was the counter, it was saved in our PlayerPrefs score, and we have been able in the start to save it, to recover it, with this, and show it in a text. So we have get the value and show it in the screen. Now we are going to increase again. We will stop, play again the game. Now this should be 8. Perfect. So we see the value is being saved. Our score is not being lost. So the user will be able to play multiple times, saving the score and using these points for whatever you want in the game. So hope this was useful. Thanks a lot for following the video until this moment. And let me know if you have any problem during the implementation, if you have any doubt or any idea for future videos is also welcome for sure. So thanks a lot. Don't forget to like and subscribe the video. This is going to help me a lot so that I can creating a lot of tutorials and videos for Unity and the app development, game development world. So thanks a lot again. Wish you the best and have a nice day.